So we want to continue here reflecting the steps on the opposite foot. I just want to make sure that all my keyframes are correct from 1 to 5. So I'm going to select all of my controllers that are receiving keyframes so far, and I'm going to open up my dope sheet so that I make sure that try to frame it here. All of them have keyframes on every frame, so in case they don't have them, you gotta confirm and then go keyframe in the right location. So now that I have all of them doing what they're supposed to be doing, I am going to start repeating the values. So frame number 1 is frame 5, same because the foot, the legs are on the right position. So I'm gonna start doing the last frame, which would be, in my case, would be frame number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 would be my frame 9. So whatever is number 5 will repeat on number 9, but on the opposite foot. So that makes it that on number 9 I want to have again same values, only on the opposite foot, and the character must end with the same position, meaning the left foot is in front. So let me start by confirming that the right foot is going to stay behind, so the right foot is going to be on the same position. Let me start doing that. Let me turn off geometry here and joints. Okay, so this one is going to be in the right position, but it needed to be the position for that foot is going to be roll 5, just the same way this one was roll 5. In this case, I'm gonna have it here doing same again, roll number 5. Right, so I'm gonna just keyframe that. Now I'm going to move the root, and I need to move 90 units forward. That means that it's going to be 90 plus 238. It will be by 138 will be 228. So I'm gonna move it to 228 forward right there. I'm gonna keyframe that. Okay, and at the same time I'm gonna do the same value for the rotation, which is in frame 1 is negative 12. So in frame here frame 9 is going to be negative 12. Again, we can replicate the same positions that we had before. So now I need to get the front foot, meaning this one, but it needs to be moved 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 180 will be 270. So that one's going to translate in Z 270 again, because it's I'm gonna keyframe it. So it starts here at 90, so I'm gonna add to that 90 more plus 90 more, so 90 more, and then of course the value for the roll for that will be negative 10. So I'm gonna put roll negative 10. Okay, so that generates my position number 9. Now I'm gonna go to position number 7, which will mimic number 3 but reversed. So let me start with the foot that is going to stay on the ground. In this case will be this one, and that one is position number 3 again, so that one will be completely flat on the ground. So let me bring it down to roll 0. Okay, I'm gonna keyframe that, and then I'm gonna just move the root up to the same value it had in position number 3. So it is translate was 0. So I'm gonna go translate was 0 here. Okay, that's a little bit high. Seems like the leg's stretching, but I'm gonna keep it like that. I may correct some of that later. My translation Z is not, it's a little bit weird, but I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not going to change it just yet. And now I need to get from position number 3, I need to bring the foot up. Let me move the guys out of the way here a little bit. Bring this foot up to 27 in Y. So let me go to position number 7, and that would be the opposite one. So in Y is going to be 27. And then we say, we go back to position number 3. On this one, the roll is 9. So that means the roll on this one is 9. And of course, the position is going to be I'm going to kind of guide myself by this little shape here. So I'm going to try to eyeball it so that it kind of gives me something like that. And I can give it like a more round number just to make it a bit easier. I'm going to say 152. I'm going to just keyframe that. So I got the character in that position number 3, similar to what it is doing there. Again, the legs are a bit stretched, but I'll deal with that a little bit later. I'm going to try to correct some of that a little bit later. So now let me create the position number 6, which is the same as number 2. So in number 2, my front foot is flat. So I'm like keeping that one. So I'm going to bring this one flat to mean the roll is 0. And keyframe it. And my root in position number 2 is translated what is negative 11. So translated what is negative 11. And my the translate Z, I'm going to keep it like that just so that I can try to keep the same values. And then the other foot, the value will be, it is the other foot is clicking on the wrong object here. It is 0 with roll of 10, right? So I'm actually going to copy because it's the same as the previous one in position, only that the roll changes. So that means that it has to be the same value from this one. I'm going to copy that keyframe, but then in frame 6 I'm going to paste it. So that way the foot stays in the same position, only that the roll we said was, click on the wrong one here again, 10. So let me do it here. So position 6, the roll will be 10. So that brings the foot up to the right location. Keyframe that. So I get the foot staying and then doing the transition there. And then I'm gonna have to go and put my keyframe for number 8, which is the same as number 4. So let's start by saying that the foot that is on the ground has a roll of 5. So the foot that is on the ground has a roll of 5. Keyframe that. Then the root is going to be translating y 0.3. 0.3. It's a little bit stretched again, but I'm going to keep it like that. I'll go back and tweak it later on. And then my front foot is going to be, it has a, actually it has some weird numbers. I'm going to just write it up. Let's say 31 for that value and 48 for that value. That way you have easier numbers to copy on the other side. So it's going to be 31 on translating Y for this guy. 31 and translating Y. Keyframe that. And then go back to the other one. Rotation, we said is rotation in X is 48. Rotation in X is 48. Keyframe that. Roll, let me just make sure the roll is the same. So roll in this guy is negative 1.25. So that means in this guy is same thing. And I just want to look at the shape. This one is a bit tighter here compared to this one, so I'm gonna pull this one back a little bit more like that. I'm gonna keep it like, yeah, kind of like right down this line here, a little bit behind that line. So kind of eyeballing it, maybe a little bit forward. Right. So that makes me have all 9 frames. So my character now is doing, if I play back, of course it will be very fast, real time, when I play back here. So she is roughly walking. Again, some of the legs are a bit stretching, like right there snapping, so I will need to have to go correct that, but I go back and correct that in a future process or the future video. I'm gonna save my file here, and then just see you in the next video.